In the rugged mountains of Dagestan, warriors are forged in fire and discipline. Magomed, the destroyer Ankalaev, isn't just another fighter. He's a product of this land, a man raised to conquer.
Magomed Ankalaev has menaced the 205-pound division since 2018.
And that is what that man is capable of.
Unbeaten in 13 UFC fights, the Russian now takes aim at UFC gold.
One moment is all it takes. A perfectly timed kick, a second of hesitation, and the lights go out. Ankalaev doesn't just win fights. He dominates, he dismantles. He breaks his opponents mentally before he finishes them physically.
Alex, stop running away from me. Я думаю, вот с его скоростью он не коснется меня вообще. Максимум, что он может достать, вот ловко, я настолько уверен в себе, что я могу его в стойке даже побить. Я могу гарантировать это, я и там написал, и я могу с ним, если нужно, до конца в стойке подраться. Но я хочу его избить, я хочу просто напасть на него, просто показать, что я лучше него.
But warriors don't just rise, they fall. And when Ankalaev fell to Paul Craig in the final second of his debut fight, many doubted him. They called him overrated. They said he wasn't ready. And for a moment, the dream seemed distant. But Dagestanis are built differently. Defeat is not the end. It's fuel. And Ankalaev trained harder, smarter, sharpened his weapons, strengthened his mind. The man who came back was no longer just a fighter. He was a machine. The comeback was brutal. Smith was tough. But toughness doesn't stop Ankalaev. No match for the Dagestani beast. The power, the control. But against Ankalaev, experience didn't matter. Power didn't matter. When Ankalaev smelled blood, it was over. A crushing finish. Another knockout. Another warning to the division. The rise of Magomed Ankalaev had begun. Then came the biggest fight of his career. Jan Blachowicz, a former champion, a powerhouse, a man who had beaten Israel Adesanya. But against Ankalaev, he was outclassed, he was controlled, he was broken. Round after round, Ankalaev dominated. But then came the decision. A draw, a right. The belt should have been his, but instead, he was left with nothing. Many would have crumbled. Many would have walked away. But Ankalaev, he only grew hungrier. The knockouts continue. The chaos, the destruction. One by one, his opponents fell, each one proving the same truth. Magomed Ankalaev is a different breed.
Я никогда не бился в Рамадан, отказывались от боев. Он думает, что у него есть какой-то шанс выиграть меня, но результат будет на моей стороне.
Desde o kickbox, já lutei com adversários canhoto, no amador, lutei muito também. O Ankalaev falou que me nocautear, pra mim não importa o que ele pensa, mas se as coisas ali não for bem pra ele, eu acho que ele vai tentar algo e aonde que eu vou surpreender ele.
And now it all leads to this. The fight the fans want. The fight the division needs. Ankalaev versus Pereira. Two champions of different worlds. Pereira, the devastating striker, the knockout artist, the man who conquered two divisions. Ankalaev, the calculated destroyer, the cold and ruthless Dagestani warrior. A fight for the ages, a fight for legacy. Magomed Ankalaev is not just a contender. He is the real challenge. The man built for war. The man who could change everything. The man who could break the reign of Alex Pereira. And the only question left is Alex Pereira ready?